Okay, YouTubers, I'm going to be doing a talkover on this one. This is one of my favourite videos that I published last year from Sol 173. Loads of anomalies in these 173 images from the Curiosity. Oh, there's loads. This particular image has about, I'd say, 15 anomalies in it altogether. There's probably a few more that I've missed. Here's the guy that most people have seen already, if you're familiar with Mars anomaly videos. The shiny lizard, as he's known. Some people think it's a metal piece of something, could be right, but it looks like a lizard. It's a strange lizard, but it's got a tail and an eye and stuff, you know, and a nose, you know, so it's probably a creature. Here's the crab that I found and everyone else missed. Seems to have four or five legs at the front there. I think that's four I can see. There may be smaller, legs hidden in between them that you can't see. A bit like this guy. Even got the same sort of orange colour to them as well. The guy on the right here, this boot-looking thing, seems to have tentacles coming out the front of it, on the left of it, and two sort of googly eyes, and may well be a cephalopod, a bit like an octopus or something along those lines. Who knows? It's a very, very strange thing here. I have found other dead octopi and squid type creatures on Mars in some of my videos. Freeze dried. Obviously the water must have evaporated extremely quickly on Mars. If there was a cataclysm, that would have happened, and any creatures in the water would have died there and then, and probably been freeze dried on the spot within a matter of seconds, as were some of the mammoths over in Siberia when we had a cataclysm on Earth not that long ago, only about 10 or 11,000 years ago. A mass extinction event of that magnitude, or much worse, happened on Mars by the looks of it. This would explain the number of things lying around, like this looks like some sort of head of a turtle here. I mean, it looks like no turtle on Earth that I've ever seen. But this is Mars. I mean, what do you expect to see? Whereas this thing, I mean, I could only explain it as a sock, really. This could be fossilized. I mean, if this was full of water, and it was, this crater, it was full of water, believe me, then anything that fell into that mud, or was in the mud, or on the mud when the cataclysm happened, would have actually become fossilized, just like that. And if there was a tsunami, which there probably was on Mars, just after the cataclysm, or as part of the cataclysm, all these things would have been washed into the crater, into the lower areas, and fossilized. This is my favourite part of the video. This huge footprint, really big. I mean, it may not be exactly 50 inches, but it's not far off it. Either way, it could be a bit bigger or smaller. But judging from the distance from the actual camera, you can work it out pretty well. You know, when you do enough of these videos, you really get used to the sort of scale. On some, it's much harder to tell because they're further zoomed, you know. Whereas this one, it's not too bad because it's more foreground. The dermal ridges in the footprint look very convincing to me. You might want to go back and have a pause on that and have a look at it properly. This looks a bit like a small mammal skull of some sort, not unlike some that we used to have on Earth that died out a long time ago, like this guy. This is actually a relative to the elephant. Very strange looking thing with a long sort of lower jaw used to scoop up food with. This that's very much like another piece of petrified wood. I have found loads and loads of petrified wood, but no one's interested in it. They don't want to see bits of wood. They want to see dead aliens. And I mean, luckily I found quite a few of them as well. This is one of a few similar anomalies I've found like this, black rods. Now, it may be a reflection of what's in front of it. It may be a reflection of the rover, but I actually think it's probably part of a camera or something. Or, who's to say, really? And here's just a quick flick through some of the other animal heads, and there's the escape pod there, a very controversial one, that. The seal, there's that crab again, we've already seen him. The giant bird, massive giant bird. There's the tortoise, and the infamous iguana, which I was first to publish back in April 2013. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can also visit my new website, marszoo.tv.